Hello, it's ASMR Duck. Quack, quack, quack. And today I will be presenting to you a message of hope, a call for humanity that resonates across time. These are the words of Charlie Chaplin from his iconic speech in The Great Dictator. Please, listen carefully to these words. Listen to the wisdom and the strength and the humanity reminding us of the power we hold within ourselves. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule, conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone, if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. All I want is to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate or despise one another. In this world there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives us abundance, but has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life would be violent, and all would be lost. The airplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed. The bitterness of men who follow and fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power that they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to these brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourself to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written that the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, Let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men and women and children a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill their promises, and they never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, and to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Now, what a powerful call for unity and humanity. I could not even begin to mimic a fraction of the amazing performance that Charlie Chaplin gave when giving that speech. Chaplin's words remind us of what truly matters. They ask us to look inward, to examine our own role in shaping the world. Let's reflect on this. Let's reflect on this together. Start by thinking when he said, we want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. Take a moment to consider those moments and how often you bring happiness to those around you. It doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes even the smallest gestures, a kind word, a warm smile, that makes the biggest difference in someone's day. And as you breathe, imagine spreading that kindness outward, like ripples in a still pond. Chaplin spoke of greed poisoning men's souls. In our own lives, we feel the pull of pressure to have more, to do more. But he reminds us that more than machinery, we need humanity. And more than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. And these qualities live within you. And while these words were said almost a century ago, they are still incredibly relevant to us. Rather than, the radio, we have AI at this moment. And in this pursuit of progress, we may lose our own gentleness and our capacity for kindness. And while these are your greatest strengths, sometimes in the world it can be hard to exhibit and to exercise kindness. For in a world that nurtures apathy, one of the strongest things you can do is to give kindness. Anyway, Charlie also said that men will pass and dictators die, and these words remind us that even in the darkest times, change is inevitable. Think about something you've overcome, a hardship that once felt impossible and insurmountable, but it eventually passed. You were resilient. You endured. Think of that and let that feeling of resilience fill you. Chaplin also tells us, you, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Imagine what a wonderful adventure might look like for you. No one's path is the same. But think of it, not a grand, impossible dream, but the small and simple joys, the moments that make life beautiful. Try and think of that vision. What does that look like for you? In a world where you have everyone telling you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, where you have a computer in your pocket that shows you on what you're missing out on. Don't listen to that, for that is an external source. It's not human. Listen to yourself. What do you do that makes your life beautiful? I'll give you an example. For me, I know that I'm living a beautiful life when I am scuba diving or going on a hike in the woods. Those are moments where I feel like I am most living in accordance with myself. And so for you, it could be making delicious, healthy food, or taking your dog for a walk, or spending time with loved ones. It doesn't need to be these big, grandiose gestures. For often it is the small, intricate and subtle things that hold the most weight. The things that we remember, we hold dear to ourselves as we move through our path of life. And let's consider this. A wonderful adventure isn't always free of challenges, and often it's in the struggles from where we discover our strength. When we face adversity, remember that you carry the power to transform it into something meaningful. And in the words of Chaplin really resonate, in turning the words, knowing that adversity you can turn into fuel for the fire, to embolden and bring light to your life. And when Chaplin spoke of the love of humanity in your hearts, he reminds us of the profound love that is not just an emotion, but a choice to see the good in others, to extend compassion, and to connect, even when it feels difficult, even when you may have ideological barriers that put you at odds, whether you're from a different place or whether you support different ideas. And when it feels difficult, think of someone in your life who needs your compassion right now. Picture them in your mind. As you breathe, imagine sending them warmth and understanding and kindness. And if you can feel that love extend outwards, notice how it nurtures you as well, how it makes you feel. To give kindness to people is one of the most beautiful and selfless things you can do in this life. And it comes back to you as well. And on that, I'll remind you that Chaplin discusses the dangers of cynicism. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. Let us be mindful of the way we approach the world. Cynicism does block connection, but kindness invites it. Let's think of the last time when you approached a difficult moment with kindness instead of skepticism. This could either be towards something at work, a friend, or yourself. Reflect on how that felt when, instead of criticism, you let openness guide you. How everything flowed easier. Often in this life, it's easy to get caught up in the rat race and to shelf the ability to be open to things, to try and get things done as quickly as possible. But when we're open, when we take the time, we can pull ourselves out of that rat race and we can see the forest through the trees. Charlie also said, "The kingdom of God is within man and within you." Now, I am not a particularly religious person, but this can be taken by anyone, as this reminds us that strength, your strength, and hope does not come from outside forces, but it comes from within yourself. No matter what challenges you face, the power of perseverance to create a better future already exists within you. Take a moment and place your hand over your heart. Feel that steady rhythm, reminding you of the life and potential within you. So, as we close, carry these words with you. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. You are part of that fight, simply by choosing compassion, by sharing kindness, by refusing to give in to fear or hate. Take in a deep breath and let it out slowly. Feel purpose and a light heart within you. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me ramble on. And know that if times may feel dark, remember the impermanence, and know that change is the only constant, and that you, within yourself, have the power to make a difference within your life. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care, and bye for now.